Most people enter retirement with thousands of dollars tied up in things that are quietly draining their future income. Today, I'll show you 5 things you should sell before you retire and one specific mistake that could cost you over $50,000 if you wait too long to take action. And no, this isn't about skipping your morning coffee or cutting back on streaming services. This is about deep financial freedom after 50. You've worked for decades. You've built up your assets. You've contributed to your accounts. But now you're approaching the finish line where your income becomes fixed. The reality is that retirement isn't just about how much you've saved. It's about optimizing what you already own. Most of us spend our careers accumulating stuff, thinking that more is always better. But when you shift from the accumulation phase to the distribution phase, those same belongings can turn into anchors. The wrong assets can quietly drain your retirement nest egg faster than inflation ever could. You need to realize that every object you own demands either your time, your money, or your space. If an asset isn't providing a return or improving your quality of life, it's a liability in disguise. We are going to look at how to flip the script so your belongings start working for you instead of against you. Number 3 on this list is the one most people regret holding on to the most, and it's likely sitting in your house right now. These 5 items aren't just random suggestions. Each one follows a specific framework. They either cost you recurring money to maintain, they are losing value every single day through depreciation, or they become significantly harder to manage as you get older. We're going to move from the most obvious physical assets to the ones that almost nobody talks about, but which have the biggest impact on your lifestyle. Our goal is wealth preservation and total flexibility. Let's start with item number 1, the high-cost asset. This usually looks like an oversized family home or an extra property that you no longer fully utilize. This one feels like security. It's the place where you raised your kids, the place with all the memories, and it feels like the ultimate safety net. But in reality, it is often a hidden expense that eats your cash flow. When you have a house with 4 bedrooms and you're only using 2 of them, you are paying to heat, cool, and ensure empty space. Property taxes don't care if a room is empty, they keep rising regardless. Maintenance costs generally hover around 1 to 2% of the home's value every year. On a $500,000 home, that's $5,000 to $10,000 annually just to keep things from breaking. Then there is the opportunity cost. If you have $300,000 in home equity tied up in a house that's too big for you, that's $300,000 that isn't sitting in a high-yield account or a dividend-paying portfolio. Many retirees realize too late that they are house-rich and cash-poor. They have a beautiful property but can't afford to travel or handle a medical emergency because their wealth is literally stuck in the drywall. Selling and downsizing before you retire allows you to capture that equity when the market is in your favor and move into a space that supports your lifestyle without the heavy lifting. If you think that's expensive, wait until you see item number 2, the depreciating liability. This is typically a second car, a luxury vehicle, or large recreational toys like boats and RVs. This category of stuff loses value every single month it sits in your driveway. Think about it. A car is an asset that you pay to own, pay to fuel, pay to insure, and pay to repair, all while its resale value drops towards 0. Ask yourself, how often do you actually use that second vehicle? In retirement, your daily commute disappears. If you and your spouse are both retired, do you really need 2 sets of wheels, 2 registration fees, and 2 sets of tires to maintain? Even if a vehicle is paid off, it is still a drain. If you sell that extra car now, you could take that $10,000 or $15,000 and put it into a retirement planning strategy that actually grows. Boats and RVs are even worse offenders. They are notorious for high maintenance costs and specialized storage fees. Every month you hold on to a depreciating liability, you are essentially burning a stack of $20 bills. But the next one is even worse because people often think it's actually a smart investment. Item number 3 is the fake investment. This includes things like high-end collectibles, antiques, stamps, or even timeshares. This is where people get emotionally attached and financially stuck. You might have spent 20 years collecting vintage sets or rare items, believing they would be your emergency fund in retirement. The problem is illiquidity. You cannot walk into a grocery store and pay for eggs with a collection of rare coins or vintage dolls. To get the actual value out of these items, you have to find a specific buyer, which can take months or even years. Often, the market for these collectibles has moved on, and you'll find that what you thought was worth $10,000 is only worth $2,000 on the open market. Timeshares are the ultimate version of this. They come with maintenance fees that never stop, even after you die, and they are incredibly difficult to sell. You might love the idea of your collection, but your retirement income won't love the lack of cash flow. Selling these items while you still have the energy to research the best buyers is a massive win for your future self. And we're about to get into something even more dangerous that many people overlook until it's too late. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people because you're thinking about the exit strategy of your belongings, not just the acquisition. Most people ignore these costs until they are forced to deal with them. If you are committed to making your money work harder for you, hit the like button and comment "Retire Smart" below. It helps the algorithm find more people who need to hear this. Number 5 is the one financial advisors rarely mention, but first, we need to address the silent killer of cash flow. The hidden expense trap is number 4. Storage units, unused subscriptions, and underused land discreetly drain money every month. People's inability to let go of unnecessary items fuels the storage unit industry. Paying $150 a month to store furniture and boxes you haven't opened in 3 years is a huge financial blunder. Let's calculate. $150 each month is $1,800 per year. It would cost $18,000 to retire over 10 years, not including interest. Paying rent for trash. The same goes for unused high-maintenance land. Selling a lot you'll never build on saves taxes and lawn care. Every dollar you save from these traps can go toward health or travel. Small regular costs affect financial freedom beyond 50, but the last one might transform your retirement. Lifestyle anchor is item 5. Complex assets like a side business you no longer wish to manage, a huge workshop with heavy machinery you don't use, or any asset that demands your physical presence and ongoing stress to maintain are examples. This is costly and restricts your freedom. Retirement should be about reclaiming time. If you own a small business or complex property that requires constant on-call availability, you're not retired. Selling these things before retirement lets you simplify. Selling a prosperous business while you are energetic and healthy is easier than when you are exhausted. Selling something could mean the difference between surviving retirement and enjoying the life you worked so hard for. Waiting costs must be discussed. Many miss this urgency. As you delay selling these 5 items, they get harder to sell. Home and car market timing matter, but your market timing matters more. Energy levels alter with age. Sorting through a large house or liquidating a sophisticated business is physically and emotionally demanding. If you wait until 75 to downsize, you may not have the stamina, so you'll settle for a cheaper price to get it done. Selling today when you're 18, 50, or older puts you in control where you have the time advantage. To recap, sell the large property that's eating your taxes, get rid of the excess car that's losing value, liquidate the fake investments and collectibles that have no liquidity, cancel the storage units and hidden traps, and release the lifestyle moorings that worry you. Freeing up $1 helps your future. Look critically at what you own to extend your retirement without earning a dime more. Which of these 5 surprised you most or will be toughest to let go of? Share in the comments. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe and act on one of these tasks this month. Future you will appreciate the increased breathing room. Thanks for watching, and here's to a smarter, wealthier retirement.